Hey guys, Yuliya here. So today I'm going to be working on some finishing touches in front of our house. But first I just wanted to show you what I've done so far. So this is our front door for those of you guys who are new here. And I decided to go with very simple holiday decor this year. It's just green and lights. And I love it this way. There is a window box on the second floor. I made a garland out of Leyland cypress, and then I put some lights in there, and I included some of the Christmas branches, and that's about it. There is a small wreath that I made out of Christmas branches, Christmas tree branches and eucalyptus, and there's a little star. But my favorite part so far, I think, is this Nordmann fir that I bought in the nursery last week. And I always love this look of just simple Christmas tree in a pot. And this little guy is not going to live here forever. I'm actually going to plant it out in a local park where we're doing some restoration, and there was some Nordmann firs on the original plan, and I have been looking for one for a while because they're kind of hard to source. So I was really excited when I saw it in the nursery. So early in the spring I will be planting it in the park. And then of course I included some pots with just moss. You guys know how obsessed I am with moss. So I gathered some in my garden and I just put it in pots with some pine cones. Kind of have to distribute the pine cones evenly. So what I will be working on today is planting another Nordmann fir in that pot right there. But before I start, I just wanted to show you what's going on the inside. All right, so we have this space here that we call the foyer, and I am so grateful that we have it because I have some plants that don't like to be in the house, but they're not hardy enough to be outside. So like this jasmine here that I had in the garden this summer, which I really like. It's obviously not hardy to our area, but it's also kind of hot for it inside. I forced some Paperwhites, and they're just so pretty. This is Narcissus grandiflora, and you can see how much bigger they are than regular Paperwhites. And then I have some cyclamen that are blooming from last year's project that I did. I lost one. I'm not sure why, maybe drainage issues, but they're starting to bloom. There's tons of buds. And I also made these moss balls. Again, obsessed with moss, cannot lie. And I just love them. I think they're so cool. And on this side, I'm going to try to swoop very gently. But you can see how this is talking to the outside. On this side, I have a passion flower that I also had outside for the summer. It's been chewed up a little bit, but it's going to be recovering and then blooming. It actually blooms for me in this space in the winter with no problem. And then I have more Paperwhites. This one is actually in a whitewashed pot that I did a project how to whitewash your terracotta pots to make them look a little bit more natural and aged. This is Ziva Paperwhites. They're smaller than grandiflora, and of course more moss and more moss balls. And these are fairly simple to make. If you guys are interested, let me know. I'll make a video about it. I forgot to show you this wreath that I made for the front door. This is made out of Christmas branches and some eucalyptus. And I also bought some twinkle lights with pine cones already attached to them. And it's very simple and elegant. I love the lightness of it and that it's not as bulky as your classic wreath. So I will be planting this baby fir in this pot without taking it out of its original nursery pot. And the reason being is that I'm going to be putting this fir out in the park, and that's when I obviously will be taking it out of its container. And I just don't want to disturb the root system a lot. This is not going to be doing a lot of growing or root development in the next couple of months in this container anyway. So I think it's the best approach in this case. So I'm just gonna get started. You guys, it's all planted and it is adorable. A couple of things, as you can see here, it actually has multiple leaders, but once it starts growing out in the landscape, it's going to pick one. It probably will be this one right here. I put some moss under the tree just to dress it up right there, and I put some lights on top of it. I didn't want to cover the entire tree because they're just so cute. I didn't want to cover that. And I also have the garland lights and some lights on that passion flower right there and jasmine on the other side. But I just love how this turned out. The little sparkle on the bottom is just perfect. Little touch. I wanted to talk about the care of these firs a little bit. They don't really require any. Unless we don't have enough precipitation, then I will probably water them. Even though it's winter, your evergreens that are planted in pots still need water. And then early in the spring, I will pop them out of these containers and plant them in a local park in a landscape where they will eventually grow into a 60-foot tall trees. I hope so. But that's about it, you guys. They're just such a simple display, and I love the little twinkle lights underneath. I didn't want to cover the entire tree, as I said. And actually for the moss too, I will water it sometimes when we don't have enough precipitation, but this is a very low maintenance holiday decor solutions. Anyway, thank you so much, you guys, for watching. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.